Hello again, YouTube. This is The Truth, man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. No Matrix. I show y'all what that is. Can y'all believe a dude told me I was in the Matrix earlier? Because he didn't get what I was saying. He didn't understand what I was saying. So, whether it's real or fake, when those rappers squash beefs, that's good for those kids to see. It is. Cartoons was fake, right? But people in my age group already know how many lessons we learned from cartoons when we were young. Whether it was Mr. T and Friends, whether it was this, whether it was that, they always had a story that taught good behavior. So now people just write stuff off. Oh, that ain't real. Oh, that's fake. Yeah, but sometimes some things are fake, but it's still a good lesson to be learned. Like from skits on YouTube sometimes. They be skits, but sometimes they show you a truth. Now, this is the Dealing with People series. The Dealing with People series, and we're talking about bandwagon riders, jock sniffers, D-riders, on people jock, what we used to call it back in the day. Because you gotta know about these people, because it's a couple sides to these bandwagon riders. Bandwagon people can cause a lot of trouble, whether it's in politics, whether it's in sports. Some people hate you because you don't like their favorite sports team. So you got to know how to deal with bandwagon people. But, case in point, let's say a person is a bandwagon rider against, like, for instance, the Passport Brother. They see their favorite people are against the Passport Brothers. So now they're against the Passport Brothers. When you're around them, you don't want to talk about the Passport Brothers. You at work. Coach Greg called it chicken buck, and that's funny to me, man. But you at work and you dealing with these bandwagon people, you want to keep it short. And if you do talk, don't talk against the wagon that they own. Regardless of whether they on the church wagon and they a manager or this, that, don't talk against the church. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing about how it's hypocrites in the church or none of that stuff. Don't do it. I'm telling you, man. I'm speaking from past experience. I know what causes problems. I've made mistakes. I'm trying to keep you from making the same mistakes, because when you own these jobs, you really don't got no power. Your coworkers got power over you, really. They could get you fired. So don't be a bandwagon person and know how to deal with bandwagon people. So if it's a girl at work, per se, all the dudes like her, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Because then if they start getting hit with SAs, you'd be like, I ain't say nothing to her. I ain't thinking about it. You see how this go? So, bandwagon people will drag you in to their mess. They'll drag you into their mess. The whole Trump stuff. The bandwagon was riding against Trump. I played it right. I wasn't really saying nothing to most people. Just people I have rapport with. But I was even watching what I said to them. But the bandwagon people were still trying to attack. And I knew that some jobs, like the county, like they can't harass you. So let's say a person just keeps saying stuff, Trump this, Trump that, Trump this, Trump that. They can't get on to me if I dice them up a little bit in politics when they're coming to me with it. A lot of time with debate, you really don't want to debate a bandwagon person, but if you do, make sure they come to you first to protect yourself. Because, like I said, bandwagon people are dangerous, man. They'll try to get you fired. They'll target you. Off the job, they'll try to set you up. They riding bandwagons. That's why I always had, when I was running them streets back in the day, I had a motto that if I'm against you, then I'm against your whole crew. Like, I wouldn't do nothing to the crew, but I wouldn't count them as friends either. So if you friends with my enemies, my ops, you can't be my friend no more. And it's not that you have to choose sides. It's just I'm not going to trust you. Especially if you be riding this coattail, jock riding, jock sniffing. Like, get off his stiffy. Yeah, I know what I call a stiffy. I ain't get that from nobody. A stiffy is what we get when we're aroused by women. Get off his stiffy. You ain't no girl. Get off his stiffy. So, you gotta watch out for these bandwagon people, man. I've heard people literally bandwagon LeBron, arguing and practically coming to blows with bandwagon Kobe. Man, Kobe, man, LeBron ain't better than Kobe, blah, blah. I'm sitting there looking like, does it matter? Because some people gonna think LeBron is better than Kobe. Some people ain't. That's not like a something that you can get like a definite truth. That's almost like saying, who's better, Dr. J? Who was better, Dr. J or Magic? Like sometimes you can't, some people say Dr. J, some people say Magic. I mean, then they'll be arguing, well, Dr. J didn't have as many people as Magic, and he still won the championship back in '82. Dr. J, he played in the ABA and the NBA, and some arguments never end. I learned as I got older that sometimes you gotta make arguments end. Sometimes you gotta argue. Like, some people, you can't just let them slide. Like, you gotta argue sometimes. Oh, you ain't supposed to be an alpha. You arguing like. Sometimes you have to argue. But like I say, be careful with bandwagon people. Bandwagon people will hear something on the song and start doing it. Like at Milwaukee rap, them dudes start rapping about not stopping at red lights, and then everybody start doing it. And a stop sign. Those bandwagon people. Bandwagon people. Girls that like bad boys. Bandwagon. Like kids tell me all the time. Like, some of the bad boys in and out of detention get the most play with the girls. They'll come right up to them. So, when you dealing with them, be careful, choose your battles wisely, let them do their thing. Don't be debating with them too much. You see somebody who's a bandwagon, riding people, coattail, riding their job. I remember it was this one guy at one of my jobs. Another guy didn't like him because he said he was riding certain people's coattails, so he didn't trust them. But the guy was real nice, real helpful, this, that, and the other. And it's like, yeah, he was riding coattails, but he never did nothing to me. See, when they bandwagon stuff don't affect you, don't worry about it. Let these people live their life. Just like in the church, right? In the church, one of the problems that I have had in ministry is people be riding coattail, they be riding bandwagon. So a lot of people, they won't listen to you if you not a mainstream preacher. Like, it's a lot of people like that. They only listen to certain preachers. Like, they'll only listen to, like, say, a T.D. Jakes or a Joe or a popular preacher that's wealthy. But then with you, they want to just argue and debate. Nah, I disagree with that. Nah. Get away from around them, man. Get away from around them. That's a game that I played when I was less wise. Trying to prove to people how deep I go, how intellectual I am. Now I just be like, okay, well, hey man, thanks for coming. Man, you're a liar. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, well, all right. No sweat off my nuts, left or right. Don't care. One reason is because I know how to deal with bandwagon people. I disagree with that. You always disagreeing with me, but when the person that you like says the same thing, you say nothing. You know why? Because it's not that you disagree with the subject matter. It's you are disrespectful towards certain people. And I look at it like this. If I know you're a bandwagon person, when I get successful like that, you're going to be the main one that I'm not going to be around. That's the next thing. Do not have bandwagon people around when your success come. When your success come, keep it short with them. Like if they wasn't calling you, keep it short with them. If they wasn't coming around, keep it short. I don't care if it's your own mama. If she was dissing you when you wasn't doing good, she can't keep that same energy. She can't be around. Don't reward people for bad behavior. That was when I was in corrections, and even when I get back in it, that's one of my main things. I don't care if the powers don't like it. I don't reward bad behavior. I don't believe in it. I don't care if it's a grown person, reward good behavior. Never reward bad behavior. So when you got these bandwagon people, like let's say your old friends, they don't deal with you because they think you ain't got nothing. When you get something, don't deal with those. Deal with the ones who are still talking to you, still showing you respect, when the perception was you ain't had nothing. Deal with them. Don't deal with them ones who, like I'm telling you, man, I kid you not. We was all on the block doing our thing. I couldn't shake a lot of dudes. Like I couldn't shake them. Now check this out. So during my college years, when I dress nice, but I ain't have a whole lot of money. People would deal with me and stuff because we grew up together, but it was kind of like up and down. It was kind of like funny kind of like on the funny acting tip. When people was on that block getting that money though, everybody, oh, what's up, man? So, my nickname, blah, 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 blah. Then when all that stopped, we got a little older. A lot of them became more distant. Like even if they friends on Facebook, you could tell they more distant because they only talk to you when you say something to them. And they won't like your posts. They only talk to you when you say something to them. And they very argumentative over most of what you say. Like a lot of these dudes, they'll agree with the celebrities on almost anything because they bandwagon people. Don't argue with them. Let them, once they show their viewpoint, you can respond, but I wouldn't get no back and forth because they bandwagon people. You're not going to change their mind. Let them do them. Let them do them. But like I said, do not have bandwagon people who was half dealing with you or was using you. You know, some of them was users. This how you know they users. Like when ain't nobody around, they try to talk to you to pass the time. Don't have them around either. Literally wait until it's their lonely time and avoid them. Avoid them. When they like get to the point where that person that they relying on and rather deal with you ain't around no more, do not deal with them. Change your number if you have to. Don't deal with people who do that stuff, man. Don't let people do you like that, because people, I'm telling you, you start linking up with people, that discord spirit, it can cause more trouble than you believe. So don't deal with those and don't link up with those. Anyway, that's all I got on this one. I might make another video later. But this is the Dealing with People series. And I gave you some tips on how to deal with bandwagon people, man. Listen, when you go to work, if that job is paying your bills, if that job is doing what needs to be done for you, me personally, I would never, one is too close to none. I just don't believe in that one job stuff. Unless you like 6 figures. And you say, okay, I'm gonna just settle for this. But just go to work and do your job. You know, now you can't be too quiet. Can't be too quiet. If you're not loud, don't be too quiet. Like, know how to deal with them bandwagon people. Like, when you talk to them, you don't gotta agree with them, but don't go against their bandwagons. Don't go against their wagons. Thanks for watching. Keep tuning in. We might see y'all later, and if not, we'll see y'all tomorrow.